The 10 Commandments. They've got it out here. I like that. I like that very much. This isn't a church, it's a hotel. But I like that. There are people enjoying golf over there, and you can see it looks like it will rain here in Ruidoso. At any rate, I've got to tell you, something is going on. I'd like to know what's going on. When I was at Log Cabin Restaurant and I had finished my meal, the waitress came up to me and said, "You don't need to pay your bill. Someone has already paid it for you." I said, "What?" And she said, "Yes, ma'am. You've been taken care of," is how she put it. And I said, "Who? Who did that?" And I'm looking around. See, more sheriffs. More sheriffs. Wonder what's going on. More sheriff cars. Anyway, she said some people who were here eating, they said they took care of yours and you don't owe a thing. And I said, who? Who did that? I'm looking around the restaurant because I was going to go thank them and also say you don't have to do that. And she said, "Oh, they've already left." She said it was across the way, and she pointed across the restaurant, but I didn't notice them. And they weren't there. They had already left. And she said it was 2 couples at a table. I mean, that's really nice. And I said, "Well, thank you." And I told the waitress, I said, "Please, if you ever see these people again, please tell them I say thank you." And she smiled and she said, "I will. And if I see them again, if they're in here again, you have a nice day, you know." But I would like to know, I mean, I then started talking to God saying, "Well, Lord, please bless these people and tell them thank you and make sure the rest of their lives are fine." You know, all that stuff. And give them lots of blessings, whoever they are. Please bless them for their generosity. And I wish I knew who they were so I could thank them personally and also ask them. But I'm going to ask you all if anyone knows, is this some kind of movement? Is this some sort of church thing? Is there some sort of thing people are doing where they pay other people's restaurant bills or something? Or do I just look pathetic? I mean, because this isn't the first time this has happened. This is the second time since May that I've had, I'm ready to pay for my bill, and the waitress tells me it's already taken care of. Someone else already paid it. The last time was in Cloudcroft, and I was so stunned, and I said, "Who did that?" I'm looking around. She said, "Did you happen to notice a table?" It was, she said there were 4 guys at a table, and when they got up to leave to pay their bill, they said, "Please get that lady's bill too." And I hadn't noticed a table of 4 guys. I said, "Were they older? Were they younger?" And she said, "They were just, guys just right over there." And I said, "I don't know who those people could be." But that happened in May. This happened just now. This is August in Ruidoso. And it happened in El Paso before, before. The first time it ever happened was in El Paso. And I was so surprised. So, but that was at least, I don't know, several years ago. So I would like to know if anyone knows, is this a church thing? Is this some sort of popular thing or what?